Welcome in, everybody, to TB Sports 27. Happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of July. And we got a doubleheader coming your way. Today, we are going to play two Revolution Pro Football games, both of the semifinal playoff games we're going to play. And if you had been following us on Twitter, you would have gotten this news early in the day. So you would have been knowing to look forward to tuning into this one. So as always, we always say if you're not, those aren't the right settings. Even though I just loaded the settings. If you're not following us on Twitter, you're missing out on all the big news, all the information, and knowing when we're going live and all that fun stuff. So we encourage you to check us out, TB Sports 27. Follow along with us there. Zach Green, welcome in, Zach. So we're going to play two of the Revolution Pro Football postseason games. We are down to the final three games of the season, if you guys can believe that. We are coming down. See, why are the settings not loading? You see me clicking load and load settings, right? I'm not crazy, but my 10-minute quarters are not they're not loading here for some reason. Settings, loading settings. So, unless I saved over them, but I'm fairly certain that this game seems to just be glitching out and doing its own thing. Okay, well I'll just have to change on my own then. 10-minute quarter, right? Difficulty, I guess that's how I had it. I don't even remember. Good enough. Okay. So anyway, yes. TV Sports 27. Follow along with us on Twitter. But we got a double header. So up first, it is going to be the top-seeded Atlantic City Eclipse going up against the Oklahoma City Bandit, the wild card team. Atlantic City coming in at 5-2, the best record in the league. The number one seed, Oklahoma City, the wild card. They were in the championship last year, Revolution Bowl 4, and they came up just short against the Ann Arbor Annihilators, hoping to go back-to-back here. We'll do a primetime game. We'll pretend one is a Saturday night, and then we'll do a Sunday afternoon the next game. When we do our second game, it's going to be Ann Arbor challenging Tennessee, the Tennessee Toxic. And we got an interesting uniform combination coming in here too, as pretty much the teams that have made it aren't really much of a uni-swap kind of team, but the Oklahoma City Bandits has always been known for their different uniforms. They kind of take over UCF a little bit, where they wear the gold and the black and the white and the gray. So Oklahoma City busting out the white and the charcoal gray here, and with the green numbers. So a different kind of look for them. And as we said, the winner of this going to Revolution Bowl 5, as we're coming down to our last three streams. Brian, what's going on, Brian? We're coming down to our final three streams of the All-Pro Football 2K8 run here. And then we can transition back to Madden to finish out the RXFL, which, I don't know, is that season 1 of the RXFL, or technically be season 6 or what have you? But Oklahoma City, Atlantic City now, Ann Arbor, Tennessee coming up next. And the number one seed going first, so
good game.
They'll get the extra day of rest. And also, if they win, if the Atlantic City Eclipse win, then we know that they will host the league championship game right here in Atlantic City. If the Bandits can pull off yet another upset, then it'll be the winner of Ann Arbor and Tennessee that will play host to the league championship. The first year here in history that the higher seeded team is going to host the league championship. We've talked about in the past that, season 1, it was in Vegas. Season 2 was in DC, or I should say Philly. Season 3, I'm trying to remember all my cities now. Season 3 was in LA, and season 4 was in Tampa. So here we go. Bandits and Eclipse. The winner going to Revolution Bowl 5. And will carry their momentum into the RXFL. 2 games coming your way on this 4th of July. How's your 4th of July holiday going, by the way? I worked a bit last night, as I mentioned before, filming the fireworks. Look at this run by Emmitt Smith, going for about 14-15 right off the bat. So I missed the USFL Championship, but I was able to catch the highlights on YouTube. What a game that was, huh? What an incredible game, that USFL Championship. I felt bad. Case Cookus, man, he was rolling in the 3rd quarter, and then he got the injury, and there's that defense that we talked about. Atlantic City going all in on defense. The Deacon coming in and getting the tackle for loss on Emmitt Smith. Going with the dark, kind of the dark brown here today. They tend to bounce back and forth between kind of that lighter brown and that darker brown here. That's going to force Aikman to have to throw it, and Aikman goes down back-to-back. Deacon Jones tackle for loss, and there's the QB sack. Money in the Bank, it was an incredible show. Incredible show, Money in the Bank. What did you guys think of it? Did you guys watch the USFL Championship, though? Well, we were talking about that. Case Cookus was rolling in the 3rd quarter. Unbelievable effort, and unfortunately he got injured. And Costello, who played pretty well in relief last time that we saw him play, did not do as well this go-around, threw a couple of unfortunate interceptions, and then sealed the deal. And, man, the defense for the Eclipse coming in. LC Greenwood. And after that big 1st down run for Emmitt Smith, the next 3 plays was pretty much Troy Aikman getting knocked around, and they got to punt this one away. First time we've seen this unique combination. This jersey is a brand new jersey for the postseason for the Oklahoma City Bandits with the green numbers. And they've won these pants in the past. In fact, in the league championship last year against Ann Arbor, they wore the dark gray jerseys and helmets along with the black pants. And here comes Andre Ware. Andre Ware, who will not be coming along with us to the RXFL. He came out for this, had his run, and saying he's going to go back into retirement. But what a run it's been, the top-seeded Eclipse. And see if he can lead them here to the championship game. Barry Foster on the first handoff, and that's going to be a loss of yards. The last 4 plays that we've seen in this game have gone the way of the defense. But yes, congratulations, Birmingham Stallions, finishing this season off 12 wins. Ware back to pass, pocket kind of starting to collapse, trying to go to Tasker. It's all about the defense early on in this one. This would have been 11 wins for the Eclipse, or for the Stallions, because they went 9-1, right? And then they won the 2 playoff games. Probably could have been undefeated, man. It's that loss against the Gamblers. I don't know if they'll come back to haunt them. First down, Atlantic City, but you put them in the list of great, league champions of the past of minor football. Of course, you think about the original USFL, the Philadelphia Stars winning a number of league championships with the great Jim Mora. I still say they should have named the championship trophy the Jim Mora Trophy. We have the Lombardi Trophy. What about the Mora Trophy? That's what our Revolution Bowl trophy is called, the Jim Mora Championship Trophy. Man, Foster didn't even get out of his stance. And Ray Lewis back there, who wants to win a championship once again.
You better get used to that, baby.
The green face mask, kind of looking like the bandana covering on the logo, huh?
Pro 90Z quick out.
But yeah, I mean, the Philadelphia Stars, the Baltimore Stars, or the original USFL. Of course, we had the LA Extreme, finished with a 7-3 record, very good team. Then in the UFL, we had the undefeated Tusker team that couldn't win a championship, but we had the Las Vegas Locos teams that seem to win every year. Look at Andre Ware with the big run. So think of the great champions in the past, the Stars, the Extreme, the Locos, and even the Orlando Apollos. Although the AAF didn't get to have a championship, the Orlando Apollos definitely were the class of the league, and the Houston Roughnecks, you can put them up there. So now Birmingham will join the Birmingham Stallions, Houston Roughnecks, Orlando Apollos, Baltimore Stars, Philadelphia Stars, Las Vegas Locos, LA Extreme, all legendary football teams. I was hitting the button to pass the ball, LB, and he was just stiff-arming the whole way. That was a bad sack. Ghost Squad. Ghostess. Liv Morgan cashed in. Yes, the women don't hang on to their Money in the Bank very long, do they? Carmella was the longest reigning hanging on to the Money in the Bank. But, boy, between Bayley and Nikki Ash and Liv Morgan, who else can? Alexa Bliss. They do not hang on to that briefcase for very long. Where, boy, his momentum kind of carried him past the line of scrimmage, so it ended up falling incomplete, but he's going to get called anyway. 3rd and 28. We're seeing lots of sloppy play so far in this ball game on both offensive sides. This is to go to the Revolution Bowl. Revolution Bowl 5. The Atlantic City Eclipse. The expansion Eclipse. And the Oklahoma City Bandits. What do you think? Should we punt it or try for a field goal? It'd be a 50-yarder, right? And we got Garpo, yeah, Garpo, right? I mean, come on. Right on the Eclipse logo. Let's see if we can make this happen. Barnstormers did get a big one. I actually wasn't able to watch the game. I was planning on watching the game right after Money in the Bank. Let's see how this kick goes. And it was a late, yeah, it fell way short. We didn't quite get that one going. I was going to watch it right after Money in the Bank. I was planning on that being my evening watching. But I think I went online to, like, look at, the whole thing with Austin Theory happened. I was kind of looking at what people were saying about Austin Theory, and I happened to accidentally see the score of the game. And I was like, well, I'm not going to spend 2.5 hours watching something I already know the result to. So there you go. But, yeah, it was a low-scoring game, but they got the win. And that's a big win because the Massachusetts Pirates, the defending indoor football league champions. So for Iowa to come out and get that win, they lost to Massachusetts earlier this season. For them to get that win was big business. And, right around that 500, we're starting to see teams clinch the postseason. We already know Frisco and Tucson have clinched bids to go to the postseason. Emmett Smith tearing it up right now. Iowa kind of on that border. They're that 8th seed kind of trying to hang on. So we'll have to see what happens with that. 31 yards on the ground for Emmett Smith. We know he's going to end up in London with the RXFL. There are these players, even though they're finishing out the season here, they're already signing big contracts for the RXFL. And again, the financial advisor we're going to reveal publicly during Revolution Bowl 5. But if you're a member of our Patreon, which I know a few of you guys are, at patreon.com/tvsports27, you can check out the link in the description down below. If you watch the Patreon exclusive stream where we seeded every one of these teams, and another sack, Deacon Jones. Atlantic City went all in on defense. It's paying off so far. Deacon Jones in this first quarter. Troy Aikman's going to have to get rid of the ball a lot faster. But we revealed the financial advisor in that Patreon exclusive stream where we seeded all the teams. So if you want to know before we get to Revolution Bowl 5, you can check out that exclusive on Patreon at TV Sports 27 on Patreon. So Aikman, and here it comes again. Aikman just barely gets rid of the ball. Deacon Jones is playing incredibly here today. I mean, they say defense wins championships in Atlantic City. They had some of the top picks in the draft, and they went defense. They loaded up on defense. Deacon Jones, Ronnie Lott rather than any gold star offensive players. And they're the only team in the league that doesn't have any gold star offensive players. So going that route, and so far paying off for him. Deacon Jones playing out of his mind right now. Corporation's back. Vinnie Mac. All right, back to Atlantic City. Give to Foster. And he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Not much so far for Barry Foster. Second down and 10. Andre Ware. 5-1 record for the Eclipse. A chance to host Revolution Bowl 5. Which, oddly enough, it would be the second time for this stadium, because we used this as the Las Vegas Stadium back in Season 1. So the gambling stadium would get to host once again. Vegas, Philly, LA, Tampa. And who's going to do it next? On the list, Andre Ware pressured, gets rid of it. Incomplete. So the defense playing tough here in this early going. Either Atlantic City, Knoxville, or Ann Arbor will be hosting the league championship.
Oh yeah, you can't outbuckle me today.
This would be good field position for the Oklahoma City Bandits. We know that they will carry on their legacy into the RXFL as the Oklahoma City Lancers. Under rebranding, and we know that Atlantic City, we've been hearing the rumors that they're planning on moving to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, New York. You know, bigger city, popping off a little more than Atlantic City. Let's see if Aikman here. And you're seeing right there, I mean, that obviously threw that ball way too quickly, but it was because of the fear of Deacon Jones coming in and getting the sack. Stacked at the line, up the gut to Emmitt Smith, and it's going to be 3rd and 3.
This kind of pickup should be no problem for us.
The wild card bound Oklahoma City Bandits. Emmitt Smith. Deacon Jones is there again, and Smith can't get the first down. They're kind of in that no man's land, the 41, where you can punt it and kind of make up 20 yards. Or you can try to go for the first down. I mean, in my mind, 20 yards isn't a whole lot that you can make up. I mean, if you can get the punt inside the 10. I think normally I would go for it, but I think based on the way both defenses are playing, we'll see if you can't coffin corner this one out of here.
Let's go, y'all. Let's go.
Look at that. That's like a rugby kick. That's pretty good field position. So that's a lot more than 20 yards, huh? That made up for it. All right, so Atlantic City. They got to go 92 yards. The defense is kind of wanting the offense to step up. This could be a blowout right now. But remember what happened in the quarterfinals. It took to the second half before the Atlantic City offense began to pull away. So, incomplete. Norton rather. He knocked it down. And Andre Ware, both him and Foster, they're kind of hampering the team right now. Slow going. But of course, we're looking across the field at Ken Norton, Ray Lewis. There's the give to Foster, and one of the better runs for him, picking up 4. Still being brought down by Norton. So 3rd down and 6 for the Eclipse here, or else they're giving it back to Oklahoma City in good field position. Ware going down the field, incomplete. Andre Ware having a hell of a time completing passes here today. And the defensive struggle continues. In the semifinal, we've had some incredible quarterfinal matches. We had some incredible wild card matches. Semifinals starting off, but if you like defense, I mean, it depends on which side of the aisle you're on. You know, some people say it's a boring game. Other people, you know, like the Patriots-Rams Super Bowl, great defensive battle. Depends on what side you're on. It's an impressive, especially when you look at what Deacon Jones is doing. So if the Bandits can get at least one first down on this drive, they will at least be in field goal range, which would potentially give them the first points of the ball game. I not only heard about it, Zach, but I saw it on SmackDown and on at Money in the Bank. Pretty cool for Logan. Congratulations. Looked like he has a bit of a score. Oh my goodness, Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott just got stiff-armed by Emmitt Smith. Oh man, we're gonna have to see later on if Ronnie Lott tries to get payback. Watch this stiff arm. The great Ronnie Lott. That's some Cowboys 49ers payback right there. Those old Cowboy 49er rivalries. I know different eras for Ronnie Lott and Emmitt Smith, but the bad blood between San Fran and Dallas staying strong. Closest either team has been, and again, Ronnie Lott comes in, and Emmitt Smith makes him look foolish. What's happening right now? Ronnie Lott having a rough go of it. Can we see another replay? No, we won't. Man. Ronnie Lott, folks. He is, he's having a hard time. Back up the gut to Smith. Ronnie Lott was coming in, but he didn't get there. There's going to be 3rd down and 4. Look at, there's big Deacon Jones for Atlantic City. Aikman and the Bandits in good position here. Deacon Jones coming in, incomplete. Well, Aikman was waiting for it too, and the Deacon came in there, so field goal attempt, and we could see our first points of the ball game here. Be about 35 yards. And it is good. 41 yards, the official count. And Oklahoma City is on the board first, and I would say I take back, you know, I talk about the field position game at the 40. You know, I kind of say out loud, hey, it's not really worth it to punt it. You're only making up 20 yards. In that case, a very, very good punt buried Atlantic City. They went 3 and out, and then Oklahoma City got in a good field position. That allowed them to get the 3 points on the board. So 7.5 to play here in quarter number 2. Again, we're doing 2 games for you on this 4th of July. Right after this, it's the Tennessee Toxic and the Ann Arbor Annihilators. And then we will know who will be playing in a Revolution Bowl 5. Play action fake. Andre Ware. Incomplete. Rondé Barber, number 20, was almost there to pick that one up on the deflection. Man, it's going to be interesting to see the halftime stats if Atlantic City doesn't get going right now. Their offense is, to quote the Super Bowl III MVP, struggling. Barry Foster only gets 2, and Ray Lewis coming in. We're talking about Deacon Jones having a big game. Enough is not being said about this Bandit defense. Now you see Ray Lewis maybe should be out on the field for this all-important 3rd down, but I guess they want to get the corners out there. So pulling the linebackers out. 3rd and 8, and there's a first down. Wesley Walker. And the Eclipse are in business. Good pocket. Ware able to step up, make the throw. The give to Foster, and Foster is going to push his way forward and pick up 2. By the way, we are getting very, very close to 400 subscribers. Let's see if we can get to 400 subscribers by the end of these 2 streams. So if you got any friends or anyone that's interested in sports and wants to watch any of the action, big YouTubers, do us a favor, pass the link along. Andre Ware steps up. What a catch by Walker. What a play by Andre Ware. Unbelievable. And here comes Atlantic City. Let's see if we can't hit 400 by the end of these 2 games, huh? I'll put the challenge up to you guys. Right now, where are we at right now? That was a great play, by the way. Show everyone that play. You want to get them to subscribe. We are at 393. So let's see if we can't get 7 subscribers by the time we're done with these 2 games. Get to 400. The plan would be as well to stream Revolution Bowl 5 tomorrow evening around 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere thereabouts. So be on the lookout for that. And then once we're all wrapped up with this, then we'll be able to go back to the RXFL and get back to hockey, arena football. And kind of transition to this for a bit here. 2nd down and 8 for Atlantic City out of the gun. Andre Ware dancing around again. Finding time in the pocket. He's going to hit Matthews for 9. And it's going to be a 3rd and short for Atlantic City. Fourth and inches. The Eclipse are going to go for it on 4th and inches. This is a big risky to tie it up. Now they're going to go for the touchdown. Foster gets it, no problem. Ken Norton in on the tackle. But a 1st down for Atlantic City. Bounce into the outside. Foster is cut off. Ken Norton getting in there again. Norton and Lewis. It's been about the linebackers for Oklahoma City. It's been about the linemen for Atlantic City. Norton, Lewis, Deacon Jones have been the monsters in this ball game here today. Ware dropping back. Ware stepping up. Wide open, and it's dropped. Are you kidding me? Andre Ware could have walked that into the end zone. He threw it to his wide open scrub receiver, and it was dropped. Oh, my goodness. Zach, you can't find an easier pass than that. That's unbelievable. Oh, my goodness, that hurts. We're going to come back. If they don't score here, we're going to look back on that. Those 4 points. Incomplete. Guys, we're going to have to look back at those 4 points at the end of this game. And we'll have to see if that ends up costing Atlantic City or not. They're going to go for a field goal here. We've had some exciting moments in the 2nd quarter. You see the score 3-3. Which is rather low scoring compared to some of the other games, including the game in the snow. Was it 52-49? I don't know if we're getting to 52 in this one. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, still a lot of time, obviously, for the Bandits, an opportunity for them to go down the field and add some points for the half. An opportunity, though, if Deacon Jones can step up again and get the stop. Deacon Jones and company, they can get a quick 3 and out. The 2-minute warning is still there. They can get the ball back into Atlantic City's hands, and they can do it in some good field position here. So we'll see what happens. 2:23. You see Emmitt Smith, 51 yards on the ground. Getting ready to pack his bags to London here pretty soon. And they're going to throw the ball out of the I formation. Intercepted! Picked off by Ronnie Lott, and there's your other gold star. So he hasn't gotten the payback on Emmitt Smith, but you knew Ronnie Lott wasn't going to be embarrassed for long. So Atlantic City, the defense, we talked about it. It's been their staple. People are actually kind of shocked they had the opportunity to grab, you know, I think Marcus Allen was one of the guys they could have grabbed. They had Joe Montana as a possibility. They went defense. They stacked up on defense, and so far in this semifinal game, you're seeing Deacon Jones and Ronnie Lott pay off right now. So great field position. Andre Ware, Heisman Trophy winner, incomplete. Bouncing, deflected. It may have just caught Walker in the hands there.
Come on, man. Why did you make that throw?
Troy Aikman, of course, we know that he has plans to sign with the Houston Voyagers coming up here. And the controversy where he's going to be the backup to Boomer Esiason. Pressure coming and sacked. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 3-3 ball game here in Atlantic City. A win for the Eclipse, and they will host Revolution Bowl 5. A win for the Bandits, and they will travel to either Ann Arbor or Knoxville, the home of the Vols or the home of the Wolverines. Of course, rumors swirling about those two teams that obviously we know there's two, the Egyptians and the Oilers. Andre Ware really can move around well in the pocket, and Matthews with the grab and the first down at the 26-yard line. Every time it looks like Atlantic City is going to get pushed to their brink, Andre Ware steps up and makes a big play. The former Heisman Trophy winner. Just threw that one way over the head of his receiver, incomplete. And of course, rumors surrounding Ann Arbor as well. Of course, they've been a staple the 5 years in Ann Arbor, but you know, trying to fill that giant football stadium. Oh my God, I get locked into an animation. I was trying to throw the ball to B, and I hit a spin move. Of course, we know Chicago. There's 2 Chicago teams in the RXFL.
Okay.
You know that Windy City is going to become the Chicago Cougars. Perhaps that Wolverines team, which is about a 3-hour drive from Ann Arbor to Chicago, could end up being one of the teams. Incomplete. Boy, they were guys all up in Andre Ware's face, so defense holds, and they're going to attempt another long kick here. This one will be about 50 yards. See if we can hit this one better this time. This would give Atlantic City the lead. Oh, God, I hit the start button. It is, even with hitting the start button, it is good. So he makes up for Garpo with it falling short last time. This time he nails it. And Atlantic City reclaims the lead at 6-3. This is looking like a Buccaneers-Rams postseason game. Remember the 2 NFC championships the Bucs and the Rams had? They were like super low scoring. Paul Bear is here. Oh, yes. Paul Bear, welcome in. Welcome in, my friend. 6-3. The semifinals here. Revolution Pro Football will either be back here tomorrow for Revolution Bowl 5 if this score holds up, or we'll be headed to Ann Arbor or Tennessee. Knoxville, to be exact. All 3 timeouts for Oklahoma City. Aikman gets it to Givens. And a timeout called by the Bandits. I mean, Aikman could tie this one up. There's Ronnie Lott. He intercepted Troy Aikman last go-around, last drive. Oh, looking for Givens again. That one falls incomplete. Second down, 10. Ben Coates makes the grab. Knocked out of bounds by Ronnie Lott, and now they might even be able to get a touchdown out of this. Coates somehow found his way behind the corner. You reference the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens every time you see somebody get behind their man.
Ready? It's going to be doubles, 50Z, tight end, cross, and break.
Is Aikman going to be able to get a touchdown out of this? We were thinking maybe tie it up. Oh, that one was way off target, incomplete. And part of it is, you know, again, we say Aikman, he really has to get rid of the ball fast. You got Deacon Jones barreling down on him. There he is again. Deacon Jones forcing the incompletion. I don't know if he'll get the credit he deserves, but that's your MVP so far. This game has very poor logic when they tell you to kick a field goal with 2 timeouts on 3rd and 10 with 14 seconds to go. Like, there's plenty of time to run a play. Incomplete. All right, they'll look to tie this one up.
Going nowhere.
The new jerseys, the brand new jerseys busted out here for Oklahoma City. They've worn the white helmets in the past. Kick is good, by the way, and we're all tied up. They've worn the white helmets before. We said they got a lot of combos like UCF. They're originally black and blue, their original colors. Blue helmets, blue jerseys, black pants. And then when the St. Louis Rhinos came about, and they brought the black and blue color scheme, and they had originally they were black, blue, and orange. When they switched up, they were kind of doing like what the Rams were doing, the yellow and then the white. Where people said it was too much like the Rams, we want to make our own identity. So then they switched to black and blue in season 3. And then Oklahoma City switched to, I call them the UCF colors, but the black, gold, and white. And then in season 4, they added the green elements, kind of looking like the Berlin Thunder, if you've ever seen their old uniforms. So they were black, gold, and green. And here we go, and that green's kind of become famous, but now they will go to kind of a maroon and orange as they rebrand as the Oklahoma City Lancers going into the new league here. All right, 6-6. It's been all field goals in this one. It's going to be an interesting second half here between Atlantic City and Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City had missed the playoffs the first 3 years in the league. John Elway coming in season 3, and then in season 4 leading them to the league championship game, falling just short as Elway ran his championship record to 2-4 overall. Elway was then taken in the season 5 draft by the St. Louis Rhinos, sending Troy Aikman back to Oklahoma City, where he spent his first 2 seasons. And the Bandits, after missing the postseason the first 3 years, looking to go to back-to-back league championships. And we potentially could see a rematch. Ann Arbor and Oklahoma City, last year's battle. Or we can see the expansion eclipse going on to the big game, as well as the Tennessee Toxic, who came into the league season 3. Look at this deep pass to Tasker. Incomplete. I should say season 4 is when they came into the league. Went to the playoffs the inaugural year with Jim Harbaugh as the low seed, and then they went out and got in the draft Roger Staubach, who had been in the league championship twice with the San Antonio Dragons. And then before you know it, they're a game away from the league championship. Terribly underthrown pass by Andre Ware. And the Bandits are going to be in big business right here. There was no oomph under that one from Andre Ware.
You can't get that crap past me, man.
As much as he tried, that was not a Heisman Trophy looking pass. Andre could not get any get up and go under that. 6-6 your score. Emmitt Smith, there's Ronnie Lott. You knew that Ronnie Lott wasn't going to be held down. And oh, look at that, a little trash talk from Ronnie Lott. Did you see that? A little trash talk there. A friendly jab. Friendly chatter, maybe. I don't know. Was it friendly? Might not have been. Who do you guys want? Oh, look at Emmitt Smith. And Ronnie Lott gets him again. That's going to be the interesting battle to watch. Zach, Brian, Paul, who do you guys want to see in Revolution Bowl 5? We got Atlantic City, Oklahoma City, Ann Arbor,
Eyes front.
and Tennessee.
We're using tight triple strong draw. Stay sharp. Break.
Emmitt Smith grinding it out right now with Emmitt. Wow, what a hit. LC Greenwood as well. You can't overlook. I mean, it's not just Deacon and Ronnie Lott. I mean, they got all kinds of heavy hitters.
Down. Sick.
Watch the pass.
Wow, and that was a direct result of Deacon Jones. Ronnie Lott embarrassed twice, coming in, and there's going to be your first touchdown of the game. It seems fitting it was on the defense. Pick 6 from Ronnie Lott. But watch what happened. That happened because of Deacon Jones. See if we can see it on the replay. If not, we're going to go back and give you guys a look. You kind of saw it a little bit there. A forced throw. We're going to show you the replay. Oh, man. It starts right here. What the heck? Well, you can kind of see here. Deacon Jones coming in. And here's your options that poor Troy Aikman has. I guess in hindsight, he wasn't looking that way, but you had Emmitt Smith you could have dumped it off to. But Deacon Jones coming in once again. Forced this quick throw. And I believe he was looking for Dupree. But because he forced it, he wasn't able to get the air under it. Obviously, Dupree had the chance. I mean, if he had gotten past that, that's a catch right there. But because of Deacon Jones, the ball was forced. Ronnie Lott was there. It is a pick 6 at Atlantic City. Takes the lead right back. Revolution Pro Football Playoffs, folks. I love it. I always love having my own league. It is good. 13-6. How will Troy Aikman and company answer this one? Well, with a really good kick return. It looked like he was going to go for a lot more. Up at the 30. Even Emmitt Smith, I mean, he's had a couple of big runs here, but he hasn't had those breakout runs. And Smith isn't even in the game right now. It's Chambers. So I wonder if he's catching a breather. But you're seeing here, maybe this is
Okay,
why
people. Pair
the
slots,
Houston
50.
Voyagers elected not to start Troy Aikman over Boomer Esiason.
Down. Set.
Aikman, that's a good catch to Gibbons. And it'll be a first down, Oklahoma City. Aikman, oh my goodness, incomplete, almost intercepted again. Where's Ken Anderson at? I don't know. Get him in there instead of Boomer. Second down and 10. Emmitt Smith back in the game. And throw it again here. And Deacon Jones continuing to wreak havoc on this game. Deacon Jones, Ronnie Lott, the top 2 picks for Atlantic City, continuing to pay off here. Defense wins championships. It was a controversial decision, Atlantic City, where they didn't take any Gold Star offensive players. In comparison, you got 2 of them right there for Oklahoma City. Instead, they went all defense. They decided to go with, oh, what a catch! Is that the Berserker Husk? Touchdown! Bandits in one big play. And Oklahoma City is about to tie this one back up. Oh my goodness, what a whiff. What a whiff by the corner. Touchdown, Bandits. The wild card team, the 7 seed. They're not going away. If they made it to Revolution Bowl 5, they would be the lowest seeded team to ever make it to the Revolution Bowl. Obviously, we never even had 7 playoff teams until recently. Season 1 and 2 were 4 playoff teams. Season 3 was 6 playoff teams. You didn't even have a 7 seed. And then in season 4, we did have 7 teams. There were 3 wild card games, and then the number 1 seed got the first round bye.
Down.
13-13, we're tied up. Andre Ware, well, he thought about running it, and then he was forced to throw it, and somehow Wesley Walker coming down with it. Ware's made some pretty impressive throws here. Now, only about 100 yards passing for both QBs here.
Let's give him
You
no
think
check
about
for
the game
3
we
here.
just saw between Dan Marino and Steve Young, where they were in the 500s. Unbelievable stuff.
Down. Set.
Up the gut to Foster. I just got this. Well, that could be a copyright, so.
Let's all play heads up right here.
That was a text that got sent to me by Chris. Holly Jolly Christmas, I don't know. All right, 3rd and 2. Running the ball quite well with Foster.
Down. Set.
Everything's good, Zach. Having an incredible semifinal playoff game, and Foster's not going to get it. Go ahead and take the 3. Why would the game say punt when we literally just kicked a 51-yard field goal a couple moments ago? And there's another one, 52 yards. So we had one kick fall short. The next 2 from 50 plus have been drilled. Garo. What a leg. And the Eclipse with the lead back. 16-13 again coming up right after this. Tennessee Toxic and the Ann Arbor Annihilators. So stay tuned for that one. Flag on the play. That's going to be rough for the Bandits. Back on offense, Emmitt Smith. First down run. Who do you think is going to win out on this one? Another huge run for Emmitt Smith. His legs might be critical here. Keep grinding it out with Emmett, I suppose. I give it to him again. Oh, man. All right, 3rd and 1.
They only need a couple here. So let's buckle down, guys.
Third and 1. Emmitt Smith, Deacon Jones. Wow. Well, they tried to run it out with Smith, trying to see if you can get some of those playoff accoutrements to start going here. But once again, it's the Deacon Jones show. And if he's not named MVP by the time we get to the end, I'm going to wait. I'm going to watch through the highlights and make sure. It'd be a crime. And it just shows you the defense gets disrespected. Because if this team wins, they got there because of their defense. And they drafted defense because of it. They didn't do any gold star offensive players. They went all defense. Deacon Jones, Ronnie Lott, LC Greenwood, a silver. Give it to Foster. Pitching it back. The flea flicker to perfection. Steve Tasker. And that's the end of the third quarter. And the Eclipse are in business. Top-seeded Atlantic City could be going for their 6th win. Only one loss on the year.
You be ready out there. You hear me?
Up the gut to Foster. Brings up 2nd down and 9.
Here we go! Here we go!
Andre Ware's got to step up. Throwing it down the field. Incomplete. Norton was right there. Could have been picked off. It wasn't.
Let's go, D! That's what we stand for! Got!
And Ware gets sacked. So the Bandit defense continuing their tough outing as well. And could we see another long field goal kick? What would the distance be here? I think it's within range. Why not? He's made a bunch of them today. Give it a whirl here. How long would this one be? 52, 53? He's been nailing them all so far. And he nails another one. 54 yards, a 6-point lead. Garo has nailed 3 field goals of 50-plus yards in this game. Atlantic City is doing it with special teams and defense so far. In fact, their only touchdown of the game came on a pick 6, and everything else has been field goals. It's been all defense, all special teams, doing it in a special way. Unbelievable. We saw Atlantic City and Tennessee play earlier this season. It went to triple overtime that Atlantic City won. So that could potentially be a championship rematch. We can see down the line. The only loss of the year for the Atlantic City Eclipse was at the hands of the Columbus Crusaders. Andre Ware throwing 4 interceptions in that game. Foster just 16 yards on the ground. Cunningham also throwing 4 interceptions, but Thurman Thomas, 244 yards rushing in a 35-21 victory. That has been the only loss for the Atlantic City Eclipse. It's intercepted by Ronnie Lott. The defense for the Eclipse again. And we could be getting ready to see Atlantic City host Revolution Bowl 5, the expansion-bound Atlantic City Eclipse. And golly, they're in field goal range right now as it is. Play fake. Andre Ware. Wide open. Wesley Walker. And the Eclipse might be getting ready to put this one away, ladies and gentlemen. It's starting to run out of time right now for Oklahoma City for them to go to back-to-back championship games. Foster. What a hit that was. But I don't know. Emmitt Smith was definitely held in check. And Ronnie Lott, we kind of laughed at how Emmitt Smith knocked him around earlier in this game. The spin, the stiff arm. Boy, I'd say down the stretch, Ronnie Lott. He made the Bandits look foolish in the end. There's your touchdown. And this is looking like Atlantic City will be hosting the league championship game tomorrow. First offensive touchdown of the game for the Eclipse. Atlantic City is going to go for 2 to make it an even 14-point game. And they got it. And think back, they should have another 4 on the board right now. Think back to that drop touchdown. So 2-touchdown game right now for the Bandits of Oklahoma City. Can they make this thing happen? Boy, they're all out of sorts right now. Of course, you know the future is bright for the Bandits. They got one of the better records right now in the RXFL. Deacon Jones. That's your MVP, right? Well, I don't know. Ronnie Lott now. 2 interceptions and the pick 6 might be taking it from Deacon Jones, but if you can have a co-MVP, there you go. There's Lenny Moore. Can Aikman lead his guys back into it? Now, there's still time. And the Eclipse offense hasn't been lights out today. See, I don't necessarily know if you have to go into a pass-first offense. You can still kind of run the ball a little bit with Emmitt Smith, and you can see. And for most people, that's really good. You look at the 98 yards on the ground. For Emmitt Smith, though, when usually in the postseason, he's averaging 200, 300, 400 yards on the ground. That's way down for him. There's the first down for Smith. Bandits not going away yet. Don't book your tickets to Revolution Bowl 5 at Atlantic City just yet. Still a lot of time on the clock for the Bandits. Ben Coates. He's able to get past Ronnie Lott and get the first down. Aikman, touchdown. What a quick drive by the Bandits. And that's going to make that 2-point conversion all the more important right now. The one that the Eclipse had. So 5 minutes now, 5.5. Kick this one deep. And try to play defense. It's a 7-point game. That was a quick score and a great bounce back for Troy Aikman after throwing another turnover. He came right on back. This is going to be a critical drive. Atlantic City can drain the ball game right here in this one.
Here we go, guys. A-strong zone cutback. Ready, break. Down, set.
something happening for Foster right there. They will get some clock to run, but that's about it. But there's still a lot of time, so the consistent play is not really going to work out here.
This ain't a good day to run the ball.
And all the time tick down here.
Strong side. Strong side.
Incomplete. Well, here we go. Comes down to this. And the Bandits are going to have one more shot at it if the Eclipse can't get the first down. Oh my God, it's intercepted. Intercepted by Oklahoma City. How did that happen?
Big pick, baby. Big pick.
The Bandits were about left for dead. The 2-score lead, the 2-point conversion. They have a chance to tie it up. This is what football is all about, folks. Unlike other sports, which we love. We love baseball, we love hockey. You get down by a couple of scores in those sports, you're done. You get down by 3 goals in hockey, you're done. Football, there's always a chance to come back. Always an opportunity. Oh my goodness. Greenwood coming in there from the behind. He ain't going to let this thing pull away from them. Bandits got to get a touchdown here. Aikman. Caught by Coates. First down. 3 interceptions. I'm pretty sure that Deacon Jones got all 3 of those interceptions.
Trey 90, slant and stops.
There's also something about scoring too quickly here, too, if you're the Bandits. Of course, you want to score. Leave a lot of time on the clock here. Aikman to Givens. And the Bandits are in business, folks. Can you believe this? Can you believe it? 3.5 to play. Aikman and Smith. The give. And he's immediately met and brought down. Emmitt Smith could be critical right here, but he hasn't been able to get going much. Credit to the Eclipse defense. Aikman can't get rid of it. Ronnie Lott with the sack.
Did you see that? Beautiful, just beautiful.
About the 5th or 6th sack for Ronnie Lott in this one.
We're going with gun, straight 50 AZ cross, and break.
3rd and goal for Oklahoma City. 2 shots at it. They can't go for a field goal. They're out of time. Got to get touchdowns here. Aikman. Incomplete. 4th and goal. 11 times Givens has had the ball thrown his way. He's only come down with a couple of them. 4th down and goal. This is it. Either a tie or the Eclipse are going to do it. And it is a sack. Aikman gets sacked. It's a scrub player getting a sack. And that may very well do it for the Bandits. Let's see what happened here. And it was a 4-on-5 as well. Look at this. It was a 4-on-5, including Emmitt Smith passing, so it was a 6-on-4. Oh, the wrong double team happened. 69 broke off early. 60 couldn't get his grip. And there goes the sack. The offensive line broke down in the worst possible moment. And Aikman didn't even have time to... Yeah, bad bit of business there by the O-line. But there's a second left before the 2-minute warning, plus all the timeouts for the Bandits. And that's going to hit us at our 2-minute warning. Hey, Seiya Suzuki is back for the Chicago Cubs.
Everybody ready? It's gonna be our Joker's weak toss. Focus on this one. Break. Let's go.
Outside to Foster. Barry Foster. Needs to be a timeout. Well, what do you do now? On third down, do you try to chuck it? I mean, or you try to just give them to use their timeout? I think you got to at least take a shot at it. Boy, everyone is covered, and Ware goes down. Man, there was nowhere for Andre Ware to go. Look at this. Who's open? Everybody covered. In fact, a couple of guys are double teamed. So Andre Ware tried to step up. When he's sacked, look at the coverage for the Bandits. And now the Bandits will get one more shot at it. This team will not go away. This is unbelievable.
How about blocking this thing? Come on, let's swarm this guy. Go, go.
Here I come, punter. I'm coming. I'm gonna block the punt.
It's going to be good field position for the Bandits, too, in this one. Right at the 50. One timeout, 7-point game. The Bandits stopped Foster twice and sacked that 1 second before the 2-minute warning. Really helped the Bandits out. Here we go. Aikman challenging Ronnie Lott. And Ben Coates wins. Ben Coates beats Ronnie Lott. The Bandits will not go away, folks. This is incredible. One timeout still. Aikman. Touchdown, Bandits! They have tied. They're 1 point away from tying this one up. From the brink of elimination multiple times in this game, the Oklahoma City Bandits have fought their way back into this one. And they're an extra point away from this thing being tied. This is unbelievable. They were down by 2 scores. They gave up the 2-point conversion. They turned it over on downs. Everything thrown at the Bandits. 14-point comeback. Having to get a 3-and-out. Timeouts, 2-minute warning. But there is still a minute 13 on the clock. And Atlantic City has a field goal kicker that can boom some kicks from 50 yards back. And look at this. They are already going to be, so all they need to do is make up like 20 yards. That's it. Get into field goal range. That was a big time return by Walker. They don't need it all. If they can get up to the 40, if they can get 20 yards on this drive, the Eclipse will host Revolution Bowl 5. There it is. That might just do it. That might do it, folks. We'll have to see. Time is ticking. No one calling timeouts just yet. What a game. These games have been incredible. All these playoff games. Andre Ware. It's tipped. Oh, that was so dangerous. That was so dangerous. Woo. Now 43, they need to get a little bit more yardage here. They're going to give it to Foster. Boy, nothing for Foster. There, Foster. Barry Foster. He's going to get chased down by Rondé Barber. That was a big something out of nothing type of play by Barry Foster. And the Atlantic City Eclipse may find a way to survive this thing. And what a heartbreaking ending that would be for Oklahoma City. This would be like, you guys know the famous Texas football, high school football, where the team came back from like 4 touchdowns down, all these onside kicks, and then with like 1 second left, they kicked it off, and the guy ran the kickoff back for a touchdown and won the game. This is what it would kind of feel like for Oklahoma City. Second timeout called by the Eclipse. They're going to talk it over on the sideline. Maybe pass the ball here, try to get a little bit more yardage. Or do you just run it? Do you feel like you're in field goal range enough? Do you play conservative? I guess just run up the gut again. Play conservative. Your kicker's been making it no problem. There you go. It's going to come down to this kick. Can Atlantic City survive to host Revolution Bowl 5 on their home turf? Field goal unit coming on. Garo could also be player of the game. I'd give it either to, I mean, he can either give it to Ronnie, Deacon, or Garo. I don't know what the chatter is right now on the sideline. Everything seems like it's been going good. All right, it comes down to this. This will be a chip shot compared to the ones that were hit earlier. Is he going to be like Adam Vinatieri? Or are we going into overtime? It comes down to this for Revolution Bowl 5. And the Atlantic City Eclipse will host Revolution Bowl 5. 4 field goals. Garo Yarpia. I don't even know how to say his name. Garo. And Atlantic City with 6 wins on the year. Going to Atlantic City. Staying in Atlantic City. Going to Revolution Bowl 5. Incredible. I want to see who the MVP is going to be. How about that ending, folks? So now we know in Atlantic City, New Jersey, it'll be Revolution Bowl 5. Andre Ware. The stacked defense. I got to catch my breath because we got to go to Ann Arbor and Tennessee right after this. So the expansion-led Atlantic City Eclipse will host the Revolution Bowl. And we know that, unfortunately, for Atlantic City, they ain't going to have a team coming up. Look at some of these kicks by Garo. That one was almost blocked. Just out of respect, I gotta look him up on YouTube. Maybe we can find a way to say his name. Oh God, Garo He was the guy. He was the poor guy on the. He was on the 72 Dolphins that tried to throw the pass that gave the Washington Redskins their only score of the game.
And this kick is blocked. Yepremian has it.
Yepremian.
Throws a pass up with the ball. Might be it all, though.
Garo Yepremian. Boy, I was saying his name wrong all along. My apologies. 72 Dolphins, right? Garo Yepremian and 72 Dolphins. He threw the worst pass in Super Bowl history that prevented the 72 Dolphins from getting a shutout. Garo Yepremian kicked Atlantic City into Revolution Bowl 5. Your MVP. It's going to be Ronnie Lott. 3 interceptions, the pick 6. Yepremian could have easily been MVP with what he did today. Unbelievable effort. Atlantic City is going to Revolution Bowl 5. They are going to host Revolution Bowl 5 tomorrow, 8 p.m. Mark it on your calendar. But who are they going to play? We are going to find out in about 15 minutes. Give me some time. Write down the stats for Patreon. Catch a breather. And then we'll be right back with with Ann Arbor and Tennessee to determine the next spot in the Revolution Bowl.